On today's video, we head back to the river to do some old school JON boat bass fishing. We loaded up the JON boat in the back of the truck and we headed back to the river to see if we could catch some early winter bass. Once we got back there, we noticed the river looked absolutely gorgeous. We just knew we were going to catch a ton of fish. So we went ahead, unloaded the JON boat, got it down the steps, loaded it down with our gear, and once we had the boat loaded down, we were ready to catch some fish. And let me tell you, once we started, the bites came and they were fast and furious. We set the hook. It was an awesome day. We put some nice fish in the boat as well, so go ahead and kick back and enjoy it because it was an awesome day out on the water. Let's get into it. Alrighty, y'all, we back here. We are back here. Got the boat put in the water, and I'm gonna tell y'all what, I think we are gonna crush them today. I'm gonna throw that thing out there and get this little bit of loose line off, but we got some good flow. It's a beautiful day. Last night was 39 degrees. Right now it's like low 60s. It's gonna get up in the high 60s today, but we should absolutely crush them. I mean, these fish should be biting. The water temps are most likely in like the mid 50s. Obviously I don't have a depth finder or anything on this boat, so I can't guarantee that, but I'm pretty sure it's probably mid 50s, possibly even low 50s, and these fish should be chewing. They should be chewing. We got a front coming in tomorrow. Got a little bit of breeze blowing today, so I'm gonna do the best I can to keep this boat straight because it's one good thing is it is blowing up the river, so that's a good thing. But I'm throwing around the rage bug. Robbie is throwing a beetle spin right now for some sunfish, some brim or whatever, but we're gonna see if we can catch some bass, rock bass, potentially a smallmouth. A smallmouth would be awesome. There are some up here, but just don't catch a ton of them. But man, we should catch just a bunch of fish in general. So let's see if we can make it happen. These fish are very likely to be set up and schooled up in certain spots. Some classic fall time spots they like to set up in. So we're gonna work our way down to them. Probably just gonna be a flipping deal today, possibly crankbait as well. You can't get on a really good crankbait bite this time of year. But I'm gonna start off throwing the good old rage bug and blue crawl. Just absolutely catches them. That bad boy right there. Got the tail sprayed with a little bit of chartreuse and got that on a 3/8 ounce weight, tungsten weight. So we're just gonna see if we can get some bites on this, kind of determine how they want it presented and whether they want something moving or slow on the bottom, and then we'll kind of change up accordingly. But I'm gonna start off with this Texas rig and see if we can get some bites.
Thank you, bud.
Robbie just caught a nice bass on the beetle spin. I'm trying to get retied where I got cut off by something. But the fish might want a moving bait, but we're gonna still throw this rage bug at them a little bit. See if I can get bit. But Rob, you caught him right out in the middle?
Yes, sir.
So right out in the middle.
Yeah.
There's one. There's one. Oh, he just come off.
Yeah, girl.
I will be doggone. That fish like to pull the darn rod out of my hand. I never really got a good hook set on him, to be honest with you, because he pulled away so quick. It's about 1,000 of them down there, whatever it is. There's a little bass on the raised bug. I just lost a fish to cast before. I think it's just a whole bunch of, some might be bigger than him, but it's a whole bunch of fish down there on this point. I got to kick back real quick. Robbie caught that bass kind of, not directly off this point, but kind of off the end of it. And I just caught that fish right there.
Leaves.
Yeah, right there, kind of in that edge, kind of on that current break, kind of. It's the longest.
On this opposite bank that we're on. The opposite from where we're
Yeah, over there. Yeah. Yep. Yep, you got the mouth of the cove. Oh, goodness, that's a good bite. That's a good bite. Large mouth. That's a pretty one, too. I mean, he ain't big, but look at them colors on that thing. Man. That's as pretty as it gets right there. On that raised bug, we still searching for size, though. We got to get some size, because that ain't the size we're looking for. I got hung and bent my hook out a little bit. Get that bent back in. All right. So how many bass is that total for us so far? Is that 4?
4, I do believe.
Okay, so we got 4 bass so far. I'll take that. 4 bass so far. Robbie's got 1 on that beetle spin, and he caught a nice red throat. I got 3 on the raised bug. Fish are jumping on that. Where'd that fish just jump? I heard a fish jump somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where it was though. Oh my goodness, another one on the beetle spin.
He was on it before I popped.
Really? They are on that moving bait bite. They're on that spinner. I might need to throw a spinnerbait or crankbait seriously, because yeah, because Robbie is cracking them on that beetle spin right now. I mean, smoking them. There's another pretty one. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, when they get on that specific bait fish bite like that, on something, you know, a spinnerbait or whatever, they get on it. That is awesome. There's one on the crankbait. Good one. Yep. Feels like a nice one. Yeah, nice fish. There we go. On that crankbait. So that is the first one for the crankbait. Ain't been throwing it long. And there's a pretty one. Up here on this point, I mean, right where it should have been. I mean, this point should be just loaded down with fish. You probably gonna get smoked. You're liable to catch a big old crappie right here.
Did something just hit it?
Did something just hit it? Yeah. I didn't get bit on that cast because I had something on it. Little leaf or something.
Dang.
I'm gonna put this mock crawl on here and see if I can get bit on this. A little bit smaller presentation right here. A little bit slower crawl pincher action. A little bit less going on. See if we can get bit on that.
Why am I not catching?
Oh, you just got bit again?
Got bit again, dude.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Little bass, ain't it? Speckle.
A little speckle.
Yep, little speckle.
I thought he was funny hitting up.
I would tell you what. You are putting it on them. Gonna be done made me have to run back to the house and get a beetle spin.
Oh, I got another one there.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing.
I am running low there. Oh, they're taking it.
There's a fish on mine.
Here's a big color.
Got it. On that mock crawl. There we go. Switched up to that mock crawl and that mud candy color, a little bit smaller profile. Just switched over to it and he chomped it. Still no big ones yet, but I will take it. You done got hung up on a log. We'll go up there and get it. Oh, you got it? Okay. All right, well, picked up that one on the mock crawl. All right, y'all, so just tied on that good old black and blue bitsy flip, and I'm gonna get a little scent. We're gonna spray it up there, some good old crawl, bang. We're gonna see if we can get a bite on this thing. Not getting a ton of bites on the Texas rig, so I wanted to try something a little bit different. Try a jig, change up the colors, black and blue. Drag this around a little bit, see if we get bit, and if we don't, then we'll switch up to something else. But right now, I'm not getting a ton of bites, but the fish seem to be pretty active. I mean, the fish are jumping, got some guard jumping, some old blackfish jumping around. Y'all probably know them as bowfin. We call them blackfish, but they're coming up to the surface jumping. Let's see if we can get us a good bite on this jig. I've caught so many fish on this thing through the years. This is absolutely my favorite jig. I'm throwing that on the 7-foot. This is the Mock Jack combo, 7-foot medium heavy. Got 20-pound test, P-line fluorocarbon on there. Robbie's still throwing around that old beetle spin. Ooh, I just got a bite. I just got a bite. And he's not on it anymore, but he definitely bit it.
Yeah, go on you.
You just got bit?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, we're fishing right now, like, this is like 12 foot of water right here where we're in, somewhere in there. So definitely good depth where we're at. Got it. Got him. Got that one. He was back there behind that stump. They'll get up around that thing. Sometimes really good. It'll be a wad of them. Another pretty fish, just not the size. Let's see if we can get another one from right there. They will get up all around this. It's a little stump down there under the water, and they like to get around it sometimes really good. Oh, nice bass. Oh my God, I got one too. Oh, he pulled me down in the treetop. I got out. Oh, that fish just pulled my bait. Oh, that is a pretty one, Rob. I'm gonna throw back in there real quick because that fish literally pulled my bait out.
Wow.
That is a nice one. Let's see if he jumped back on it. He did not right now. Man, that is a chunky one. Pretty fish. Yes. Another one for that beetle spin. Yes, that is awesome.
I was just trying to save you.
I turned to look at Robbie while he was catching that fish, and one grabbed my jig and pulled me down into the tree. But I tell you, that beetle spin is getting it done. Yeah, it is catching them. It is catching them. There's one. There's one nice one too. Out here in the middle. There we go. On the crankbait. That is a pretty dude right there. So out here in the middle, well, off the end of this top basically. That's a thick one, but pretty fish. Beautiful. Thank you, buddy. On that crankbait. All right. I think that was only like my second cast with it right here. Can't say for sure though, but I don't think that's... There's one. There's one on the crankbait. There's another one on the crankbait right there. Now you talk about a pretty fish now. Coloration wise, that is a beauty. Y'all look at how pretty that fish is. Now that's a stocky one. That's old chunky dude right there on that crankbait. There's one. Yeah, there's one on the crankbait. Nice one. My best of the day, I believe. No, I think I might have caught one bigger than him on the rage bug, but nice fish nonetheless. Popped it right over a log and kind of stopped it, and he absolutely whacked it when he bit it. There we go. Another pretty one for the crankbait. I mean, this is fun. This is fun. They are just not big. That's the only thing. We're just not getting into any big ones right now. But I'll take it. All right, so we've gone down as far as we're gonna go. So we're working our way back up now. So we got a really good stretch, you know, that we just fished. Now we're fishing against the current, so we can fish it a little bit slower. And I really like fishing against the current because when you cast up, you're dragging your bait more naturally down with the current. But I've done got hung again. This jig is about to drive me crazy getting hung, but we're gonna work our way back up and we're gonna see if we can get into a big one. That is the goal. Would love to get a fish like 4+ pounds. Will be absolutely awesome. But we've gotten down here in a little bit shallower stuff, so we got to get back in the deeper portion of the river. But I'm getting a few more bites on the jig than I was on the Texas rig, but it's so much wood down here that this jig is just really getting hung more than the Texas rig was, but that's all right. If it's catching more fish, we just gonna deal with it. It's getting bit a little bit more, so we'll just deal with the getting hung and getting wedged. See if we can get hung in a few more fish. Right up here is where there's one. Got that one. Oh, there we go. Oh, is this a pickerel? This is a doggone pickerel. I was like, that thing looks funny coming through the water. Yep.
He was bowed up kind of funny.
Yeah. Mr. Pickerel. He's just trying to tear my trailer up. See if I can get it away from him without him tearing my legs off.
I'm sure glad you got it.
Give it back.
Oh. They probably had to make me retire.
I think I got it out without him tearing my trailer up.
I got a little minnow on this thing now.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, these fish have shut down.
Yes, they have.
They have shut down. There's one day. There's one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good fish.
There we go. On that mock crawl. Oh, you missed one?
Hell yeah.
Still not a giant day.
You and I was lollygag.
Yep, got him on that mock crawl in that mud candy color. Pretty one. Thank you, bud. That's actually the first fish we've caught in a while. It's been a little while since we put one in the boat, but we finally got one. I will take him. And I mean, when he bit it now, he was gone with it. All right, so we're back up here to the mouth of the cove where we caught them pretty good earlier. So we're gonna see whether this front has shut these fish down as well, or if we just kind of got out of the fish as we worked further down the river. So this is gonna tell a lot. If Robbie gets to catching them on that beetle spin, as soon as we get back up in here, we'll know that we just kind of left the fish. But if not, we'll know that the front has definitely slowed them down like we think it has. Because the bites have definitely slowed down a bit. A pretty good amount actually, but that's a good bite right there I just got. Oh, there we go. I just need to talk about how the fish aren't biting, because every time I do it, or have something slowed down, I catch a fish. Get up here. I mean, a chunker.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. On that old swamp water blue. There we go. Thank you, bud. Fish probably 1.75 pounds, something like that. Uh-oh, Robbie done got bit already. We might have just left him, Robbie.
It was a little small brim.
It was it a small brim? Okay.
Small brim. Was it hit it again?
Gotcha. I'm gonna cut right here in front of you. You can throw right over me. That fish bit it right off the front of that little spring that runs in. This current right here is, plus I really need to put on another rage bug because it kind of is a little dilappy, but all it was wedged. It's just, today's one of them days I done had where my bait wants to get wedged every 2 seconds. That's a good bite, Robbie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there we go. That is a little bit better one. There we go. Swamp water blue. Swamp water blue rage bug. Pretty fish. All right. Yep, Robbie, I think we might have just got at her. I think we left biting fish, gave them a little bit of a break, and now we're getting back in them. Oh, one of my legs is missing. I got to put a new rage bug on. There's another bite. Is he on it? Absolutely, he's on it. Got that one. Another one. There we go. Chunk. A little bit better size now. There we go. That's a solid 2 something for sure. So fat. Pretty one. Swamp water blue, y'all. Swamp water blue. There's a good bite. He just dropped it.
Oh, yeah.
Got one?
Yep.
There we go. A nice brim. Nice brim.
Knew they had to be.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a good bite. He just dropped it. Robbie got him another brim there. I was just getting pecked by something. I believe it was probably a gar. That's why I didn't swing on him. All right, y'all, this is gonna be one of the last few casts of the day right here. Throw up here on this little shelf. See if I can get bit, but it's been a fun day. Unfortunately, no giants, but just being able to come back here and slide the John boat in and catch fish, I mean, it's always fun. This is how I grew up fishing. This is how I learned to fish, literally out of this boat. So fun to come back here and catch them. It was a super nice day. Just the river's beautiful this time of year. And we caught, I mean, honestly, I don't know. We caught over 20 bass. I mean, for sure. Yeah, every bit of 20 bass. More than that. But unfortunately, no size. And we didn't catch any rock bass, which is super, super surprising. But Robbie did catch several speckled, several brim, a bunch of bass on that beetle spin. He was absolutely wearing them out. And I caught fish on the blue crawl rage bug, the mock crawl, the swamp water blue rage bug, and on that, mid-diving yellow crawl crankbait. And just nothing. Oh, I caught some on a jig too, on a bitsy flip jig. But just nothing really got the big bites, and nothing really got more bites than anything else. It was kind of just whatever the fish bit at that moment type of deal. So I don't know. We're gonna work our way back to the steps. I'm gonna throw a couple more casts as we work our way up there, but if I catch another one, I'll show it to y'all. If not, we're going to end it right here. So I really appreciate y'all watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I appreciate everybody that watches the channel. So I'll see y'all next time on Gunfish TV.